Earnings still in focus, as Bertha said, as we head into next week. Beyond Meat gearing up for its quarterly report on Monday afternoon. Shares of the plant-based meat company surging since its May IPO by more than 700%. Here to discuss it is Kate Cox, editor at New Food Economy. Kate, good to see you.
Hello, good to see you.
I don't think even the wildest bull on Beyond Meat shares thinks that whatever they can say they did over the past 3 months is really going to justify the valuation of this company. But the company does still keep announcing partnerships, giving you the impression that this is a phenomenon that's kind of sweeping the world. So where does that leave us with regard to this company, its place in this industry?
It's pretty interesting going into earnings on Monday. It's a company that's really good at keeping itself in the news, so it's had a highly visible week. Plenty of analysts are saying its valuation is outrageous, if not straight up crazy. But, you know, it's a company that's been producing for more than a decade. They continue to iterate. They've expanded capacity to meet ongoing consumer demand and retailer demand. They've had some high visibility partnerships. Dunkin' Donuts was one this week, which was a really smart move on their part. They launched a breakfast sandwich, the Beyond Sausage Sandwich, in 190 Manhattan locations. There's some indication that might be nationwide going forward. And Dunkin's known for, as its CEO says, democratizing food, and that's a good thing for a company that makes what is still pretty much a premium product. Alt meat is not going to come in at the same price point as conventional meat in a chain store.
How many more partnerships are there to be had? How many more sort of Dunkin' tie-ups can they do?
It's a good question. I mean, it probably has a lot to do with scale and production capacity. There's one kind of holy grail, I think, which is McDonald's, that had a strong earnings report this morning and has remained a little elusive. And it also got snubbed by Chipotle this week, which joined Arby's and Taco Bell in saying, we're not going to add a Beyond Meat alternative to our menus. So it's anybody's guess whether it's going to continue to nail these really high-profile partnerships or not.
It's a good reminder that you give us that this has been a company that's been around a while. So there's a whole industry here that's been working on this area for a very long time. They must be looking at this company and saying, well, we have to somehow get in on the gold rush, not just to go public, but it must be a much bigger opportunity than we thought before if the market finds it. So what does the competitive landscape look like? Could somebody just come in and say, hey, now we're the next new thing and we're better?
Yeah, and I think the real fear is that global meat companies, Tyson, for instance, which came out with its own product after pulling out of investing in Beyond Meat, that's the real fear, but it's not as though veggie burgers are new. Plant-based foods aren't new. I think what's clear is that consumer demand is finally picking up and that it's becoming mainstreamized in a way it hasn't been until now.
Mainstreamized but trendy, or mainstreamized and here to stay?
Oh, I think it's here to stay. I don't think they're going to disrupt agriculture, which is the big sales pitch that gets Silicon Valley excited. But I think it's a diverse landscape in meat offerings, and I think that means they've got some real market share ahead.
There's also this question of whether it's actually healthier or not.
Right, and or more sustainable, and those things remain to be seen. But I think, look, it's food, it's taste. So is it delicious is the first question. And if they can continue to iterate with big partnerships that put them in the more familiar foods we're used to, I think they have a good shot.
Its market cap is now bigger, Mike, than 25% of the S&P 500.
I mean, on some level, it shows you that market cap's an abstraction. It's an amazing thing. The market is basically screaming that this is a massive opportunity for somebody.
Kate Cox, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.